Hi everyone, today THOK releases their new bike. It's called the THOK GRAM. It's a carbon enduro bike. The bike, I have to say, I've tried it, and I've ridden around on it quite a lot, and it's a great feeling bike. So I'm super excited about today, and I'm looking forward to riding it more in the future and getting more time on it. It's got a carbon frame, it's got 180mm on the travel on the front, 170 on the back. There's two versions of this bike, the GRAM and the GRAM RC. I tested the GRAM RC. It comes with a Shimano motor with 250 watts of power and 85 Newton meters of torque, and a 630 watt-hour Shimano battery. They keep a completely closed Shimano system, so you have 100% global support on the motor and battery system. It comes with the Shimano EP8 motor. The suspension is a Fox 38 on the front and a Fox X2 shock on the rear. Okay, it's got crank brother wheel set, it's got a mullet setup, 29 on the front, 27.5 on the back. Almost looks like it's carbon to match the frame look. Comes with a carbon Renthal handlebar. That's brilliant as well, because carbon, as a general rule, gives a little bit less vibration back through the rider on the trail. The shifting system is SRAM. They use the Eagle Axis system with 12 speeds. The braking system is Shimano with a 203mm disc on the front, and it's the Shimano XT variant. Obviously it comes with a hydraulic seat post. If you take a look at the design of the bike, it's really modern and it looks really good. From a geometry point of view, it's very much an enduro e-bike. It's got a fairly long top tube, much longer than all the other bikes in their range. It has a reasonably well balanced rear chainstay length, so not too short, not too long. Great for climbing, great for those aggressive, difficult sections. Price-wise, there's the two variants. The GRAM comes in at €7,490 and the RC comes in at €9,900. I mean, in general, I think the bike looks pretty good. I'm impressed with it, and at first sight, it looks like a serious e-enduro bike. Well, riding around on it, I have to say, it was actually a lot of fun. The first thing I could feel was the stability. It felt very stable, especially on very, very rough trails of Finale Liguria, where we rode. The suspension handled the conditions really well. It felt very stable. That 29er wheel with a 38 fork on the front gives pretty much an unrivaled feeling when it comes to stability. The 27.5-inch rear wheel, so it's a mullet setup, that gives you a lot of speed in corners, and it just gives that a little bit more flickability and kind of whips around the corners a lot faster than it would if it was a 29er. Uphill, the bike feels pretty stable. It maintains traction well. You can actually get your weight fairly far back, so you can lift the front wheel over obstacles when you're riding uphill, and it maintains the rear traction. The motor is pretty good, I have to say. It's got the two tunes they've shipped it with, so it's got fast ride and long ride, which comes in as what I would expect from a bike with that kind of setup. The feeling of the motor uphill, I really like. It's a natural feel, it feels supportive, it doesn't feel like the pedals fall away underneath you. On the descents, well, I mean, I did a lot of descending with it. It was a lot of fun. Riding fast, following other riders, riding as a group. I mean, Finale Liguria is pretty tricky. It's got some very rough trails, very rocky, slippery when wet. Yeah, it's a difficult place to ride, and this bike took it on like a champion. I have to say, I was very impressed with the feeling this bike gives. It gives an elevated feeling of stability, especially compared to the TK01, which is a good bike, but this takes you another step forward. When it comes to performance for price, I have to say it's pretty reasonable actually. The component package for the 7,000 euro version is very good. The 9,900 version, you don't need anything. It's a perfect bike. It comes pretty much with everything you possibly need. So is there anything more to say about it? Well, I think the best thing to do is just to have a look at me riding it. It's up there with the top brands in the market between performance, price and quality of product. I will be riding it as much as possible in the coming months.